Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. I'm your host, Jason, and with me today is my amazing co-host, Julia.
Hi, everyone. It's great to be here with you again. Today, we have a very helpful topic: how to improve your English vocabulary. If you're someone who struggles to find the right words while speaking, writing, or even thinking in English, this episode is for you.
That's right, Julia. Vocabulary is the foundation of communication. Without words, it's impossible to express yourself clearly. And if you want to sound more natural and confident in English, improving your vocabulary is a great place to start.
In today's episode, we'll talk about why vocabulary is so important, what common mistakes learners make, and we'll also share simple and powerful techniques to help you learn and remember new words.
Plus, we'll do a short role play to show how vocabulary can be used in everyday conversation. We'll also recommend tools, resources, and even give you a 7-day vocabulary challenge you can start right away.
Yes, and don't worry, everything will be beginner-friendly, easy to understand, and full of practical tips you can use daily.
So grab your notebook, get comfortable, and let's begin this journey to build your English vocabulary, step by step.
Let's do it!
All right, let's get into it. Why does vocabulary matter so much in learning English? Julia, what do you think?
Well, Jason, vocabulary is like the building blocks of a language. If you don't know the words, you can't really say what you want, right?
Exactly. Imagine trying to build a house without bricks. That's what speaking English is like without vocabulary. You might know the grammar, but without words, you're stuck.
And it's not just about speaking. Good vocabulary helps you understand what you read, what you hear, and even helps you think better in English.
Right! I remember a learner once told me, "I understand English grammar, but I don't know what words to use." That's a very common problem.
Yes, and when your vocabulary grows, you also grow in confidence. You don't feel stuck. You don't feel lost. You can express your ideas more clearly, and that's powerful.
So true. And not just big, fancy words. Even knowing simple, everyday words well can make a huge difference in real conversations.
Definitely. It's not about knowing 10,000 words. It's about knowing the right words and knowing how to use them.
That's why today's episode is so important. Whether you're a beginner or intermediate learner, building your vocabulary will take your English to the next level.
And the best part? Learning vocabulary doesn't have to be boring. It can be fun, creative, and part of your daily life. We'll show you how.
Stay with us, because coming up next, we'll talk about some common mistakes learners make when trying to build their vocabulary, so you can avoid them and learn smarter. All right, so now that we understand why vocabulary is so important, let's talk about something many learners don't realize: the mistakes they make while trying to learn new words.
Oh yes, there are a few common ones we hear all the time. Let's go through them one by one, starting with a big one: trying to memorize long word lists.
Yes, people often think that memorizing 50 words a day will make them fluent. But guess what? Most of those words are forgotten in a day or two.
Exactly. Learning vocabulary isn't just about memorizing, it's about using the words. If you don't use them, you lose them.
Another mistake is learning words out of context. For example, a learner sees the word bark and only learns one meaning, like a dog barking, but then gets confused when reading the bark of a tree.
That's a great example. Learning words in full sentences or phrases helps you understand how the word is really used in real life.
And here's another one: not reviewing or practicing. Some learners learn a new word once and never look at it again.
Yes, reviewing is key. Just like going to the gym, you need repetition to build strength. The same goes for your vocabulary.
One more common mistake is focusing only on difficult or rare words and ignoring the simple, useful ones.
Right. Some learners want to learn words like meticulous or extraordinary, but they haven't mastered basic words like easy, difficult, or important.
There's nothing wrong with learning advanced vocabulary, but it's more important to build a strong foundation first.
Absolutely. And finally, some learners are afraid to speak or use new words because they're not sure if they're using them correctly.
Yes, but that's part of learning. Making mistakes is normal. The only way to get better is to try, speak, and practice.
So if you're listening right now, remember, don't just collect words. Connect with them, use them, practice them. That's how real learning happens.
Well said, Julia. And coming up next, we'll give you practical tips on how to learn and remember new words effectively. All right, now that we know the common mistakes to avoid, let's move on to something exciting: how to actually learn and remember new words in a smart and fun way.
Yes, there are so many creative methods, and the best part is you can choose what works best for you. So let's start with one of my favorites. Learn vocabulary in context.
I love that one too. Instead of just learning a word by itself, try to learn it inside a sentence. For example, instead of memorizing the word delicious, say, "This pizza is delicious."
Exactly. When you see or hear a word in a real sentence, your brain connects it to a situation, and it's easier to remember.
Tip number 2. Use pictures or emotions. If you see the word happy, think of a picture that makes you smile. Our brains remember images and feelings more than just letters.
That's why flashcards with images can be powerful. Apps like Anki or Quizlet are great for this. They let you review with pictures and audio, great for all types of learners.
Tip number 3. Use the new word immediately. Write it in a sentence, say it out loud, or use it in a message or short story.
Yes, and speak to yourself. Say, I learned the word confident today. I feel confident when I speak English. It's simple, but it works.
And here's another great method. Group words by topic. For example, learn all the words about food this week, like spicy, sweet, salty, grill, boil, and menu.
Right. That makes it easier for your brain to connect them. And when you go to a restaurant, you'll remember the words more easily.
Also, don't forget the power of repetition. Review the new words the same day, then again the next day, then in a few days. Spaced repetition helps your memory grow stronger.
One more tip, learn word families. For example, from the word teach, you can also learn teacher, teaching, taught. One word becomes for.
That's a great trick. It saves time and helps you understand how words change form in real use.
So remember, everyone, don't just read words. Speak them, write them, feel them, connect them. The more you use a word, the more it becomes part of you.
Coming up next, we'll talk about how to use your vocabulary in real life, so your English becomes more natural and confident.
Stay with us!
So far, we've talked about how to learn and remember new words. But here's the big question. How do you actually use your vocabulary in real life?
That's such an important step, Jason. Because learning words isn't enough. We need to practice using them in speaking, writing, and even thinking.
Let's start with speaking. One great way to practice is to use new words in simple daily conversations, even if you're just talking to yourself.
Yes. For example, if you learn the word confused, you can say, I felt confused during the meeting, or this movie is confusing. Speak it out loud, even if no one is around.
And if you have a language partner or a tutor, try to use your new words in your next conversation. It helps you feel more confident and remember them better.
Exactly. Now let's talk about writing. Even if you don't write essays, you can still use vocabulary in simple ways, like writing a diary or social media post in English.
Yes, Just a few sentences each day using the new words. For example, today I felt energetic. I went for a long walk. Short, but meaningful.
And here's a tip most learners forget think in English. If you see a flower, think, "This flower is beautiful." If you're hungry, think, "I want something spicy."
That's powerful. You're training your brain to use English naturally, not just in class, but everywhere.
And the more you speak, write, and think in English, the more confident and fluent you become. You stop translating in your head and start speaking freely.
So don't keep your vocabulary locked in a notebook. Use it in your life. That's how it becomes part of your language, your voice.
Coming up next, we'll do a fun role play to show you how a learner uses new vocabulary in a simple conversation. Let's see it in action.
Don't go anywhere.
Hey Jason, how was your weekend?
Hey, Julia. It was actually really good. I had a very productive Saturday.
Oh nice, what did you do?
Well, I cleaned my room, finished my homework, and even read a few chapters of an English book.
Wow, that's impressive. You were on fire.
Ha ha ha. Yes, but on Sunday, I was totally exhausted. I stayed in bed until noon.
I don't blame you. We all need rest sometimes. Did you do anything fun later?
Yes! I went to a small restaurant near my house. The food was delicious, especially the spicy chicken curry.
Yum. I love spicy food too. What else did you do?
Well, I watched an English movie. It was a mystery film, and I got a bit confused by the ending.
Mystery movies can be tricky sometimes. Did you watch with subtitles?
Yes, and I paused a few times to look up new words. I'm trying to feel more confident when I listen to native speakers.
That's awesome, Jason. Honestly, I can see your progress. You're using so many new words already.
Thanks, Julia. I'm trying to practice every day, even if it's just talking to myself in the mirror.
Keep it up. You're doing great.
All right, listeners, that was our short role play. Coming up next, we'll break it down and explain how those vocabulary words were used and how you can do the same in your daily life.
Stay tuned. This is where real learning happens. Welcome back. Now let's take a closer look at our role play conversation and how Jason, the learner, used new vocabulary naturally. Yes, we chose 5 important words: productive, exhausted, delicious, confused, and confident. Let's see how each word was used correctly.
First, the word productive. Jason said, "I had a very productive Saturday." This means he got a lot of important things done. It's a great word to describe days when you feel successful.
Right, it's better than just saying, "I worked a lot." Productive sounds more natural and positive.
Next, exhausted. The learner said, "I was totally exhausted." This means very tired, almost completely out of energy. It's stronger than just tired.
And that's a good example of how to add feeling to your sentences. Instead of saying, "I was tired," saying exhausted shows you're really tired.
Then there's delicious. The learner said, "The food was delicious, especially the spicy chicken curry." This is a simple, common word to describe tasty food.
Yes, and pairing it with a specific example, like spicy chicken curry, makes the sentence even clearer and more interesting.
The fourth word was confused. The learner said, "I got a bit confused by the ending." This shows how to express that something was unclear or hard to understand.
It's an important word for learners because we often feel confused when we hear or read something new.
Finally, confident. The learner said, "I'm trying to feel more confident when I listen to native speakers." This means feeling sure of yourself.
Exactly. Using words like confident can help learners talk about their feelings and goals in English.
So remember, listeners, the key is to use vocabulary words in complete sentences that describe real experiences or feelings. It makes your English sound natural and clear.
And don't be afraid to try. Even if you make mistakes, practicing will help you improve fast.
Next, we'll share some of the best tools and resources to help you improve your vocabulary every day.
Keep going, you're doing amazing.
Welcome back. Now, let's talk about some of the best tools and resources you can use to improve your English vocabulary every day.
Yes, there are so many great options out there, and the best part is, you can choose what fits your style and schedule.
Let's start with apps. A few popular vocabulary apps are Duolingo, Anki, and Quizlet. Have you tried any of these, Julia?
I have. I love Quizlet because you can create your own flashcards with words and pictures. It's perfect for reviewing anytime, anywhere.
Anki is also great because it uses something called spaced repetition. That means the app reminds you to review words just before you forget them, helping you remember longer.
And Duolingo is fun because it turns learning into a game with points and levels. It's a good way to learn new words in small daily lessons.
Besides apps, reading is another fantastic way to learn vocabulary naturally. Simple books, stories, or articles for English learners are perfect.
Yes, books like Oxford Bookworms or Penguin Readers have easy versions of famous stories that help you learn new words in context.
Listening is also key. Podcasts, YouTube channels, and audiobooks help you hear words in real conversations and improve your understanding.
Absolutely. And don't forget about language exchange websites and apps like HelloTalk or Tandem, where you can chat with native speakers and practice your new vocabulary.
So whether you prefer apps, books, listening, or chatting, there's something for everyone. The important thing is to keep practicing and using your vocabulary every day.
That's right. Consistency is the secret.
Up next, we'll talk about building daily habits to make vocabulary learning a natural part of your routine.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back! Now that you know some great tools and resources, let's talk about how to make vocabulary learning a daily habit.
Yes, learning a few new words every day might seem small, but it really adds up over time.
One simple habit is to learn and use 3 to 5 new words each day. Not too many, so it doesn't feel overwhelming.
And write those words down, either in a notebook or on your phone. Seeing them again helps your memory.
Try to use your new words in sentences right away. Speak them out loud. Write a message or tell a friend.
Another good habit is to review your words regularly. Look at yesterday's words, last week's words, even last month's.
Listening to English every day is also very helpful. Even 10 minutes of podcasts, music, or videos can expose you to new vocabulary naturally.
And remember, it's okay to make mistakes. The important thing is to keep practicing and stay curious.
So, make vocabulary learning part of your daily routine, like brushing your teeth. Small steps every day lead to big progress.
Up next, we'll give you a fun 7-day vocabulary challenge to get started right now.
All right, listeners, now it's time for a challenge. We want you to try a simple 7-day vocabulary plan to jumpstart your learning.
Here's what you do. Each day, learn 3 new words, write them down, say them out loud, and try to use them in sentences.
You can pick words from a book, an app, or even from this podcast. The key is to focus on using the words, not just memorizing.
Also, review the words you learned the previous days every morning or evening. This helps you remember better.
And if you can, try to speak with someone or write a short message using your new words.
It doesn't have to be perfect, just try. This daily practice will help your vocabulary grow fast.
So, are you ready to take the 7-day challenge? Start today and let us know how it goes.
We believe in you!
We've come to the end of today's episode on how to improve your English vocabulary. Remember, building your vocabulary is a journey, not a race.
That's right. Every new word you learn is a step forward. Even small progress matters, so keep practicing and don't give up.
Use the tips, tools, and challenge we shared today. Make vocabulary learning part of your daily life, and soon you'll see big improvements.
And don't forget, making mistakes is normal. The more you use English, the more confident you'll become.
Thanks so much for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and share it with friends who want to improve their English too.
See you next time on the English Learning Podcast. Keep learning, keep growing, and have fun with your English.
Bye, everyone.